All right, I just gonna say I've just never seen that before.
Okay, it's now time for celebrity reactions to this crazy trial. Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard. And I'm not talking about the verdict. This is the trial itself. This was weeks ago when we were all just stunned at how crazy it was. You probably heard about some of these, but one that nobody talked about was a brief mentioning of this trial on the Bill Mahar show. Maybe because it was so brief, it didn't get out there. I'm going to save that for later, because that comment will be even more telling after you see the first two celebrities. First up is Howard Stern.
He takes huge dramatic pauses.
Yeah.
Especially when he's about to mention dog poop. Like, it's just too...
The radio host said he thinks Johnny is all for having it televised. Quote, "That's what narcissists do. They say, I will charm the pants off of America at the trial."
I have 4 points to make about that comment. First point, Howard Stern is an asshole. Number 2, either he does not know what the word narcissist means and is taking the common American definition. If so, let's just forget about that. But if not, then we can't forget about it, because while Johnny Depp may have a big ego because he's rich and famous and all, he's more the opposite of a narcissist, and Amber is the narcissist. That's the big point. And no definition of the word narcissist means you are an abuser. So why is Howard Stern taking a cheap shot at Johnny Depp? Number 3, is Howard Stern a feminist? Well, he's been working with that black woman for a long time. That's his token. Makes him look good. Because he looks to be trying too hard to spin this whole issue around. Take what is true for Amber and saying it's all Johnny. We see people do that sometimes. And he's a shock jock, too. That's not my characterization. That is what he does. And that's number 4, that who gives a crap what this jerk thinks? America does. So let's get back to it.
Thinks Johnny is all for having it televised.
And so here, Howard Stern does not know that Johnny Depp has stated that he wants it to be aired on TV so that people can see the facts. Because he said this trial is all about clearing his name, not about winning, which may be the biggest reason Johnny Depp was not there for the verdict. It was over for him. Fuck the verdict. Yeah, fuck the jury, too. That's what Amber's lawyer said.
Adding that they think they can talk their way out of anything. Yeah, the best-selling author isn't having it, adding that...
Oh, shit. Yeah, he's really just, he's really convicting the man before he doesn't even heard anything in this trial. He's convicting the man.
Guilty until proven innocent.
Yeah, I was right about him being a jerk, wasn't I? Who he's describing there is Amber. But I think the best bet is that all 3 of these people are narcissists. As I've said for many years, I think that like 40% of humanity is narcissistic, sociopathic.
That both Amber and Johnny sound like 2 battling children.
I would tend to agree sort of with that. Although, look, he looks like an adult. Everything about her just screams 6-year-old.
Did you get in a fight or something?
Oh, thank you. Got into an altercation.
Asked if she got in a fight. She says, thank you to that? A thank you for noticing? I don't know. I'm just speculating.
Say Johnny Depp's lawyers that Amber Heard attacked her sister.
I can't believe Amber beat your ass.
Unaired reality TV footage sees Whitney Henrique repeatedly avoid questions about a fight.
Okay, did you really start the fight with your sister, or did she start it? For real.
We're not going to talk about that.
She really did whoop your butt.
Mr. Depp's legal team say it shows her.
So once again, it looks like she is just a fighter. And this aligns with other things we've seen. She was arrested for DV and arrested again as a minor, so we don't know what the arrest was for, but we could speculate. She's just a violent person.
I was completely unaware of how entertaining the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial is.
Which means he hasn't been watching it. And therefore, he's talking out of ignorance throughout this whole segment. But he sure has a lot of crap to dish out, as if he was jealous. And I think people on both sides of this trial, both Johnny supporters and Amber supporters, can agree that Howard Stern, reducing this case to 2 spoiled brats, he's really minimizing domestic violence. Because no matter who it is, in this kind of situation with a relationship that goes bad, I think most people would act childish, which we heard on the tapes. I think that's just the way people get in these situations. But these situations are serious, and this case is serious and important.
Before adding that the Oscar winner, who testified over multiple days, is totally overacting on the stand.
If you notice, he takes
Okay, right here. Once again, he's going to give his negative, ignorant take.
huge dramatic pauses.
Yes, you might see that as dramatic, but Johnny Depp has always been that way. That's how he is. In every interview you'll see, going back 30 years.
Yeah.
Especially when he's about to mention dog poop. Like, it's just too...
Calls for speculation whether it came from a dog, and totally ignoring the second piece of testimony that I covered. Watch that video next. That's one of my funniest videos ever. I'll put it in the description. New testimony that Amber Heard literally shit in Johnny's bed. Howard Stern is a shock jock, and he's aging too. This is what he does to, get attention. I think he's losing a lot of supporters with this one.
Your Honor, have you ever taken a shit as big as you are? I don't think so. I rest my case.
Howard wasn't done throwing shade at Johnny. He also called out the Kentucky-born actor's accent. Quote, "Does that sound like a guy from Kentucky?"
There had been an altercation. She was,
Sounds kind of New York. I suppose I don't think he grew up in Kentucky. Yeah, that was my view a month ago when I recorded that. And since then, I've thought about this. Why are people who say that suggesting he's putting on an accent for the last 30 years? Then I noticed his sister was on the stand, and she also did not have a Kentucky accent. So it's pretty clear they didn't grow up in Kentucky. Okay, our next celebrity is DREW BARRYMORE. Remember this day when social media blew up at her reaction to this crazy trial? I mentioned that this trial was crazy. Did anybody have a problem with me calling the trial crazy and going off and emoting and maybe even making some jokes? But that doesn't mean we're joking about the seriousness of the case. We're joking about how crazy it is. Now here's DREW BARRYMORE expressing her amazement at this trial.
I can't handle the Johnny Depp Amber Heard. I am on the feeder. It's like one layer of crazy. It's a 7-layer dip of insanity.
It's truly amazing just to sit back and read the transcripts of what they've done to each other.
Every night I get in bed and I'm like,
Dude's like, this needs to be on TV. He lost the fingertip. He drew his name in blood on the wall.
how about the burnt body and why a Honda Civic?
Yeah.
What is the Honda Civic? The next day at Honda, they all came into the office and they were like, why did he pick us? Like, why? Who?
It's fascinating.
It's so fascinating. I know that these are two people's real lives, and I know what it's like to have your life put out in public. Mm-hmm. I understand all the feelings, but they are actually offering up this information.
She's only laughing about the stuff going on in the trial. She's not laughing at the troubles that they have been through. Yet, because of all the hysteria with holier-than-thou people on social media trashing her and spreading that trash in retweets, she had to make an apology video, even though she didn't have anything to apologize for, and probably knew she didn't have anything to apologize for, which is why this video I'm about to show you comes off like acting as bad as Amber's. But she's an actress too.
Like one layer of crazy, it's a 7-layer dip of insanity.
I just want to deeply apologize and appreciate everyone who spoke out, because this can be a teachable moment for me.
Every night I get in bed and I'm like,
I can be a more thoughtful and better person moving forward, because all I want to do is be a good person.
the next day at Honda, why did he pick us?
I very much appreciate the depth of this, and
I was gonna say, I've just never seen that before. I've seen a lot of things, but I've just never seen that.
Driving that.
Yeah, that did it.
And now here's Bill Mahar interviewing Fran Lebowitz, and he springs it on her.
I know this, I guess, falls under the category of human interest story, but I feel like it's something that you probably have been following because you can't look away. What do you think of this Johnny Depp, Amber Heard trial that is going on?
Well, I haven't seen the trial. Is it being televised?
I don't think the trial itself is, but certainly we get all the dirt.
So 2 more people on TV who don't know what they're talking about. Great. Let's hear more from them.
There are texts, there are videos from it. I feel like I know these 2 people very well now.
I used to see Johnny Depp quite a bit here. When I see him around New York, I like him a lot. This girl, I don't know at all. On the other hand, if I had been seeing him, Johnny Depp, when he met this girl, I would have said, Johnny. I mean, men are not that smart when it comes to women. Because truthfully, there's not a 13-year-old girl who wouldn't know what that girl is. You know, to me, it's the same. I'm not saying they're exactly the same situation, but the situation similar to like Prince Harry and Meghan.
Yeah.
Right? So you look at Meghan, and if you'd known Prince Harry, you would have said, Harry. No. I mean, you know.
So, I think I know what she's getting at, but she's not spelling it out. But you could take this 2 different ways. Sounds like she's saying, some women you just want to avoid. I wonder what feminists think of that. On the other hand, you could make the case that she's blaming these 2 men for not being good judges of women, and getting themselves into this. Well, we've all seen what happens when people try to tell women to be better judges of men that they pick. And they say, you're blaming the victim? But yes, I agree that people really need to screen the people they get involved with better.
When I see Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, I think about his brother, and I think, can you imagine a family where William is a smart one? That's that family.
I mean, I don't get a reading on them other than they look to me like a typical millennial couple. Typical in that she's got his balls in her purse. I mean, certainly this is a cautionary tale about when a relationship goes wrong. Boy, does it go wrong.
Well, this is also, a kind of, why are they in court? I mean, my feeling is, if you think you have a horrible problem.
Once again, people on TV talking about the trial that don't know anything about the trial or the situation.
I have limited amount of sympathy for anybody who is rich, beautiful, privileged, lucky in life to be where they were, and they still have to make it all about them.
Well, I remembered this wrong. This wasn't brief. So Bill Mahar had one more ignorant thing to say, and this was the most ignorant. All he was saying before, that's all I'm going to say. Then he had to go on and say more things, which just makes him look like a fool, like he's been looking in the past year.
This is his Johnny Depp's second trial. He did this in England already and lost. The tragic trait is that I don't know if he did it or not, if he hit her or something, but he just cannot stand to think of his honor stained, to say nothing of the bed. No, I'm sorry. Terrible. And so he had to go through these. After he lost the first trial, he should have, okay.
He lost the first trial because the first trial was corrupt, and he knew that. And now we know it because of the outcome of this trial, which hadn't occurred yet at the time Bill Mahar continued to say this stupid shit.
He can't stop himself from pursuing this. It's tragic, I'm telling you. If Shakespeare was alive today, he'd be writing this.
About Johnny Depp, I'm certain you're correct.
Interesting, because what I've been saying lately is Amber Heard seems like a person who just can't stop the abuse. And even after the trial, she's now going on to smear and slander other people, like the jury and the American justice system. While Johnny Depp left as soon as the trial was over, didn't even come back for the verdict. So here's these two laughing, but they're not laughing about the weirdness in the trial. They're laughing at Johnny Depp getting into this mess. Yet everybody is attacking DREW BARRYMORE just for having the reaction we all had. Just about everybody was talking about this case as it was going on. How do you not? Well, there was 2 YouTube channels. They're big and they report the news, so you could call them news channels. Philip DeFranco and TYT just ignored this story. And I happened to notice this because I suspected some people would want to ignore it. And I tried to point this out in the comments, that why are they ignoring this? And what I got was excuses. BS excuses, you can probably guess. Saying this tabloid stuff and this trash Hollywood stuff isn't their area. When it is their area, they do stuff like that all the time. They are hiding from what Johnny Depp wants everyone to see. Some people don't want to see it. By the way, that is Amber right there, actually yelling the word bananas. And I think I'm the only one who covered that and is saying that, apparently, because I'm the only vegan who pays attention to the news and politics, and I also promote a high-fruit diet. So, thumbs up, share, watch all my other videos on this trial, and subscribe to the carburetor diet.